Okay, this is tutorial number 5, the strut part that goes with the cube toy. So we're going to just double check and make sure our working directory is set, because this is probably a new day for you. So go to your H drive, go to Creo, go to your cube toy and right click and set working directory. Now mine's already been selected. We're going to make a new part and it's going to be called the strut. It's the part that connects the cubes together. And we're going to click OK. And we're going to go ahead and create an extrude from, let's say the right view. Doesn't really matter though. And then click on sketch view, which is going to orient you to the right view. We're going to go ahead and start with a circle. And this circle is going to be a diameter of 8. And we're going to go ahead and just draw a circle. We don't know how big that circle is when we initially draw it. So once you middle click, you can see these weak dimensions. Let's talk about dimensioning here real quick. Obviously we have the correct type of dimension up. It's a diameter dimension. But if we did not have that, let's talk about how you dimension a circle. There's two ways you can do this. You can click on dimension at the top. If you single click the circle and then middle click outside of it, it's going to give you radius. If you double click the circle and middle click, it's going to give you diameter. Now it will not let you keep both of those because it sees that as a conflict, that if you change the radius to a number different than half of the diameter, it's not mathematically possible. So we'll go ahead and delete the radius dimension, and then we'll make our diameter our desired 8. Now if you accept this drawing, you're going to go ahead and get some type of length that's the default length, and we're looking for 90. So we're going to change this to 90. And then another very important step is to center it on the sketch plane. We don't want to extrude it out in one direction. So we're going to go ahead and center it, and we would need this plane, which in our case is right, to be centered on this cylinder. And then we go ahead and accept that drawing. Now we're going to use that plane, which is the right plane, to draw our next extrusion, which is a larger diameter circle. This is a diameter of 12 circle that'll be centered on this current cylinder. So we're going to go ahead and click on extrude. We want to draw upon this centered plane, and we're going to click sketch view. Now we're actually drawing on that plane, but we're seeing the initial cylinder from the end view. This is good. So we're going to click on the circle command. We're going to center this circle. A circle within a circle is called concentric circles. And then we're going to go ahead and middle click and make this a diameter of 12. And so now we've got a circle within a circle, and you can see if I orbit here that it is located in the center of the existing cylinder. It's not at the end of the cylinder, which would not work for us. So when I accept this, we're going to go ahead and extrude to a length of 70, and we want it to be centered as well as the first cylinder. So that's kind of what we're making, this rolling pin looking shape, and accept that. Okay, we're going to cut out a little arc and then spin that around. So we're going to actually create a revolve. So we're going to go revolve, and you can actually click any plane that cuts through the entire length of this rolling pin shape. So we're just going to click top in this case. Front would work also, and then click sketch view. Now it did turn it vertically. That's okay. Just adjust what you're doing here a little bit. Now you do need to set a reference. So if you recall from the last tutorial, we're going to right click for a couple seconds, go to references, and click on this edge of the rolling pin. I need to be able to click on and see where that edge actually is as I draw. And then I'm going to place a circle centered with the rolling pin, and I'm going to have this circle open up and come slightly into my actual shape. Don't go all the way to the center, or that's going to lock in a constraint. Don't go to the edge, or that'll lock in a constraint. And then go ahead and middle click, and you're going to get like a weak dimension here. Now because you set a reference, you're able to trim out part of the circle. So there's a delete segment tool up here, and you can erase part of the circle itself. I don't know if my computer's just running slow here. There it goes. Okay. And we're going to take out two parts of the circle, and you can see I'm left with this arc right here, and I'll only have that because I set a reference here. If your whole circle deletes, it's because you didn't have a reference set at the edge. Now I need to add the correct dimensions in, which are probably not going to open up naturally for you. And the first dimension, and these are specific by order, the first one you have to do is we have to say the distance from the arc, click, to the center of the rolling pin, click, is what? And middle click between those. And we want that number to be 4, enter. Okay. Then the second one, and I'm still on my dimension tool up here as you can see, is from end of the arc to end of the arc, middle click, and we want this number to be 60. You can see it lengthens it like this. Now, every revolve has got to have a center line. So we're going to go ahead and place a center line in. Now, it appears as though there's something here that looks like a center line, but it's really not a center line. So we need to actually manually place this center line vertically. In this case, yours might be horizontal. That's fine. And when you accept this drawing, it's going to start spinning it around. You can see it's trying to spin this around, but you don't really see anything happening. It is doing it correctly, but it's not taking away any material. So we're going to hit this remove material button, and now you can see, oh, it's eating away at the outer surface here. So once it's done that, we're going to go ahead and accept it with the green check mark. We're almost done. Last step is rounds and chamfers. So we need a round that's a 0.5. So we'll go ahead and go to rounds. Change our dialog box to 0.5, enter. And you want to zoom in and you want to click on that edge, so the larger diameter, the 12 millimeter circle. So those are rounded. And then the chamfers are also 0.5, I believe here, yep. And so we're going to go to our chamfer tool, and we're going to type in 0.5. It's already at 0.5, so we'll just go ahead and click the end of that and the end of that. So that's the end of these pegs here. Accept those chamfers, and let's go ahead and color it. So we'll review on coloring, view, appearance gallery, pull this down, and just pick something that you want to use. I'm just going to pick yellow, go to the planes, hit OK, and there you go. Don't forget to save or you'll be redoing it. So we're going to hit save. You can see where it's going to go. It's actually going to go into my cube toy folder. It's going to be saved as strut.prt. If you see strut.sec, that means that you're saving a two-dimensional drawing. You have not accepted your drawing and made it three-dimensional up to this point. Click OK, and now we have our three-dimensional part saved. And this is the end of the Strut tutorial.